Audio Jungle.
Hello students, this is our second letter writing class. Again an informal letter, a letter to a friend. Hope you remember all the parameters when you write an informal letter. How the tone should be, the structure of the paragraphs, the different types of sentences. With that, we now proceed to our second letter. So here is the question. You recently received a letter from a friend asking for advice about whether to go to college or to try to get a job. You think he or she should get a job. So, a friend of yours, and you are writing a letter giving an advice to him whether he or she should continue their further education or to get involved into a job. So, in this letter, what are you supposed to write? So, it is write a letter to your friend. In your letter, say why he or she would not enjoy going to college. So, what is the reason of not being enjoying to going to the college now? The second bullet point says explain why getting a job is a good idea for him or her. So instead of a college education, why it is good for them to get a job. And the third one, suggest types of job that would be suitable for him or her. So with the education what he or she has done so far, what are the job opportunities available? So let's begin revising the sample answer. So it is Dear Jim. We remember that we don't use any other salutation except this. So it is Dear, then again the proper noun with a J capital and a comma to it. So Dear Jim, comma. In the body paragraph, we explain the first bullet point that why it is not enjoyable for him or her to attend a college now. So instead of directly getting into the topic, develop a small story so that it comes to a word count of almost 40 to 50 words, and thereby your writing task of 150 words completely suffices. So here is the story. I'm quite happy because your friend is very close to you. So you congratulate him for his achievement so far. So that is how you slowly get into the topic. And also remember, we have discussed this in our earlier class too, that we should not use the commonly used words like how are you, I am fine, not required. Okay, now let's see how the body paragraph is developed. So it is, I am quite happy that you have passed B.Tech in electronics in first grades. What a general training student should focus on, the short forms and the capital letters wherever possible. So it is B.Tech with capital letters here and electronics with E capital again. Now the second sentence. I heartily congratulate you on this. So what are my congratulations? They are coming from my heart. So it is heartily congratulate. So this is a group word where you will get a score again. And the use of an exclamation mark to show your happiness to your friend. I clearly remember you worked day and night for this. So how are you working? It is a phrase used here, day and night. At this point, I understand your confusion about your next move. So now you're slowly getting into the first bullet point answering, which is at this point, I clearly understand your confusion about your next move. Here, I do think. So that means now. Here means now. Instead of using the word now or nowadays, try to substitute with here. I do think, do is an emphasizing word. So I do think that pursuing higher education, and what is that? Such as enrolling for MTech would not be correct because it is an admission into the college. The correct word is enrolling. Because it is following or continuing the higher education, the correct word is pursuing. I should share this fact. Now, because you have to keep it very informal and very natural, you use this expression, which is I should share this fact, and a comma to it, and you continue with the sentence. With technology changing fast, many jobs are also changing. So, comma, now, comma, going to college is not good decision, and I know you will not enjoy it. So this is the way we have developed the first bullet point, taking care of commas, capital letters, correct use of clauses and expressions. Now we move on to the second paragraph. Again, the target is see that the bullet point 2 is properly answered, see that the topic related words are used, and see that the punctuation marks and expressions are properly used again. So, what is the second point? Explain why getting a job is not a good idea for him or her. So, here we go. At present, comma, with your subject knowledge, comma. So, when you put these commas, those are the clauses inserted in the main sentence. So, it is at present, comma, with your subject knowledge, comma, I think you should definitely get into your core jobs, comma, as this would help you gain more practical knowledge. You would understand the ins and outs of a real work culture. So what is the reason for us to tell him to get into job? To understand the work culture properly, as we have discussed earlier that there are many jobs coming up in the market. So you should understand what every work or what your work really demands you to do. You also know that also is again a very good word, students, which is building a lot of coherence in your paragraph. It shows a very good continuity. So don't just ignore and try to look for other transition words such as furthermore or in addition to. Also is again a very good magic word for IELTS writing. So it is, you should know that classroom learning is just theoretical. And how it is? We have used a hyphen to explain the word theoretical, or maybe to explain our meaning to the friend very clearly. So it is a concept that is vastly different from the practical scenario. Not only will this strengthen your skill set, but you will also earn a steady flow of income which you could save for your enrollment in a top university later. Every point while you're writing, you should see that you are focusing on all the details and the score requisites of your task. So here is the word of not only but also. And here is the usage of reference pronoun, which is which. So let's see the answer one more time. What are the benefits of getting into the job now? So you will strengthen your skill set. There will be a steady flow of income. And because of this income and the skill set, you will get into a top university afterwards. So instead of afterwards, so the word is later. It is later. That means afterwards. The experience certificate would be an add-on to your CV when you apply for your MTech in the future. So when you are applying for your MTech, because you have done your BTech earlier, so it is for the MTech in the future, the experience certificate will be an add-on. Add-on, that means an addition. You will be taken on a priority. Now, We go to the third paragraph, which is answering the third bullet point. So whenever you tend to make your third paragraph, try to see the second bullet point again, understand it properly, and then very clearly start drafting. So it is suggest what type of job that would be suitable for him or her. So here you come up with the list of jobs which are related to B.Tech in electronics. So it is, there are jobs such as electronics engineering, embedded systems developer, and circuit design specialist, which are the best. Then means afterwards, comma, you can choose telecommunications, automation, or consumer electronics. You would get the required practical knowledge that would enable your higher education prospects. Prospects is possibilities. I'm sure, I'm quite sure that these are the best options. Do write down your opinion. I'm eagerly waiting to know about your next move. Yours, Sharon. So, this is the way you write a full sample answer. So, let's study the notes. It is an informal letter, so the short forms are very important, such as instead of I am, it becomes I am. Instead of you have, it becomes you have. Then it is the list of phrases here. For example, instead of just saying the word congratulate, put it in a better way, which is heartily congratulate. Instead of saying what are you doing afterwards, you say the word next move. Instead of saying working continuously, you use the phrase which is working day and night. Instead of now, you use the word at this point or here. Instead of just saying the word job or work, you use the word core job, that is the relevant job. And the other good phrase is understand the ins and outs of real work culture. Vastly different. It's not only different, it's vastly different. That means majorly different. Complex sentence usage with the word of not only but also. Just not using the word skill, but saying skill set. Just not saying that you earn money or you make money or you get money. It is a good expression which is on a steady flow of income. We are not using the word afterwards, it is later. It is good for you. We are not saying that, and it is an add on to your CV. Make something happen is enable. Higher career, higher education is paraphrased as higher education prospects. Waiting for your reply is being written as do write down. Hope everything we do is for your benefit and you are utilizing it to the best. Revise the letter again, go through the short notes, and do implement in your work. Happy learning, students.